Welcome to Street Fighter V Trials Volume 2. In this video we're going to do all 10 of Ken's trials. If there's a trial that can use some tips, I'll give my best explanations and cut to the combo. Alright, number 3 we'll start off because this one's a little bit tricky. So when you go to do this one and you're going into your V skill, which is the medium punch, medium kick, what you're doing is you're going to try to input the light Tatsu basically just after you finish your animation of your running. It's a little tricky. It doesn't seem like you can combo, but you actually can. It's a little funky. But then after that, then you want to just like with Ryu, if you've done his trials, try to do it as soon as possible, and then you should be good to go. Number 4, similar to number 3. This time you're just going to be doing it with the medium kick, and then you got to juggle that with the EXDP. Alright, number 5 can be a little tricky because if you do a heavy Tatsu up close from a counter, it brings them up into the air. But what you want is one that's far enough so you only get the 3 hits. And even there, I still got it. So you have to be just out of the range. And there you go. Sometimes you can delay the Tatsu so he can recover. And sometimes that helps. But generally, the farther away you do it, and the later that you can cancel, the better luck you're gonna have. Like that. And then from there, once you land, you're gonna have to buffer the light Tatsu, and then press light kick as soon as you land, and you'll continue the juggle. And then it's just the same thing like we did before, and you're gonna be doing a heavy DP after. So nothing different, but the only thing is you have to make sure you're doing the late hit. As you can see here, the counter pushes him away. And if you hit him too close with this Tatsu, it's going to bring him to the air. So you just got to watch out for that. And also as a quick tip, when you're doing the heavy Tatsu and it connects, it's going to be 3 hits. And then that's when you want to get ready for the light Tatsu, which is going to land for 2 hits. So you don't have a long amount of time in order to do the DP. So get ready to do that DP just before that second hit even happens, and double tap heavy punch so that it buffers out, and then you should be able to get that combo in time. Alright, number 6 can be a little bit tricky, but the best way I can time this one is when you're doing your counter and you do your fireball, you want to hit the V skill just as he's coming up off the fireball, and all you gotta do is just hold it, and as soon as that foot lands and kicks, you can V-trigger off of that, and then you're pretty much off to the races. It's pretty easy, so you can practice that a little bit. See, that was a little too soon. There. And then all you gotta do, obviously, once you can do that once or twice, then you just gotta do your V-trigger. So as you're doing your V-trigger, when he says I hit my, you want to be hitting the hurricane kick while he's saying that, and don't wait too long, otherwise it won't come out. And you should be able to juggle it. It's not too bad. Alright, number 7 is another tricky one too. The really only thing with this one is that when you're doing your light Tatsu, if you're too close, you get 2 hits. What you want is actually just a 1 hit, so you can juggle a light DP. And you have to do it really soon, so you might need to buffer and double tap. And then once you do that, all you have to do is follow up with a DP, the same way you just did with the light punch, and you should be good to go. Alright, number 8 isn't anything we haven't seen already. So we're already doing that combo with a crouching medium punch into that target combo. So with this one, when you're missing the target combo, that first hit, it's usually because you're not doing it soon enough. So when I miss, usually it's I'm hitting it too late. It's really all there is. So you can actually practice this last part on its own. It's not too bad. So what you want to do is go ahead and get into V-trigger mode, right? Fireball, and then you have to buffer the EX. If you can do that once or twice, and this one should be pretty easy to once you can combo into that crouching medium punch. Even right there, if I double tapped, I probably would have had it. Yeah, the range is really good with that EX Tatsu, so don't be afraid of just doing that as soon as possible. You should be able to get it. Alright, number 9 is pretty simple. There's nothing too crazy here. Things we've already done. You get up to the point where you can just V-trigger off of the fireball, and you have to just land the heavy punch, just crouching heavy punch to continue the combo. Okay, you can do that. That's really not that hard. And all you're doing in there is just you want to EX fireball to as early as possible, light DP, and then just juggle with the EX. You can practice that on its own. That was a little late there. That just means I didn't do it early enough. And that didn't land because I ran out of V-trigger. But that's all you're doing. There's no special tricks. It's not that bad. Just do it earlier and earlier. You'll be able to get this one in no time. Alright, we are at number 10. Hopefully you are enjoying the video up to this point. If you are, please give me a like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to see the rest of these trials. Alright, number 10 is kind of tricky, but it's a combination of pretty much everything you've done up to this point, as long as you were able to complete the first 9 trials. So as usual, you're going to do your standard jumping heavy punch, crouching heavy punch, V-trigger, and then combo the V-trigger into the standing or to the crouching medium punch into your target combo. That's actually something we've already kind of done before, so you should know how to do that pretty good. The only difference is from the target combo, you actually want to do a V skill out of it and then immediately into a DP. That part's going to be a little tricky. Luckily, you can practice that on its own. Just go into V-trigger and just do 1, 2, just like that. I know I'm in the corner and it's not really a big deal. So 1, 2, that. And then what happens is you're going to be able to juggle with a heavy DP. That was just the light DP to start it off. But the heavy DP, you have to do that DP into the super. Something we've already done before. But this time you want to do forward, down, quarter circle forward for your DP. And he's going to be in the air, so you don't have to worry about any weird inputs. So you're going to want to practice how to do the heavy punch DP into super. That's going to be the hard part. So what happens is when you do the heavy DP, you're going to do forward, down, quarter circle forward to do your DP like this. Okay, you can do forward, down, down, forward, but the problem is if you don't get a forward in there after, then when you go to do another quarter circle forward, it's not going to have the 2 forward inputs, and the super is probably not going to come out. So what you want to do is kind of do a forward fireball. So forward fireball, and then the second fireball motion and the kick will get you the super in the shortest amount of inputs possible. You practice that, make sure you can do it 2 or 3 times, and then all you're doing is in this combo after the light punch, you're going to be juggling with the heavy DP into super. It still works the same way, he just will be in the air instead of on the ground. So not too bad, it's combos you've done before, and just practice the forward fireball for the DP, and then another fireball for the super, and you should be able to get this one after a few tries. Alright, that's going to do it for Ken. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments section, and I will see you next time.